Ladies and gentlemen, behold the first new release for the 2025 Disney Cars mainline, and only the second time ever Mattel has done a BMW Cars character as a diecast. The first coming 10 years ago in the form of Scott Motors, a Cars 2 background character. So it's already monumental in of itself because of that, but also this is the latest ever that the new release has come for a year's given mainline. What does that mean exactly? Well, sometimes it takes Mattel 2 cases, sometimes 3 cases, 4 cases for them to give us the first new release of the year. Well, you know what? This is in the 5th case of the mainline. This is case S, so that's after N, P, Q, and R. And here we are, 2-pack singles, all of that combined. Jonathan Gearson takes the cake as probably one of the most historic releases ever because of how late he's come, and also because he's the second ever BMW release, which is crazy to think because there are so many. Ever since Cars 2, you see him in Cars 3, you see him in Cars on the Road. This is only the second one ever. Very, very significant, guys. I am through the roof excited to review and talk to you guys about Jonathan Gearson, and also to add to the wildness of the BMW-ness, right? Mattel was planning to do 2 more BMWs. They were older BMW models, but they were like, you know what? Axe them both. Those being this cameraman here that apparently, according to a Swedish magazine, shares the name Sajan Korea with that blue Audi from the airport released in 2015. And also this Raoul CaRoule fan. So yeah, both canceled, both a older BMW model, like a 2002 BMW or so. They were going to be in Target multi-packs, 2015, 2016. Goodbye. You got axed along with, a couple other background Cars 2 characters as well. So we're very happy to get Jonathan Gearson here. There's a lot of drama surrounding Jonathan. The color's off. Why is the name Jonathan's thought was a female, right? I don't know. I don't care. I'm just here to review the diecast car, the merit of the diecast itself. Don't really care all that much about the ancillary details. You can rename him or her if you would like. But yes, this came out 2025 singles case S. I just unboxed it the other day. I'll leave the link for it in the description below, and card session pop up in the top right hand corner. Yeah, I think by process of elimination, it's the best case of the year. You also have new Thailand variants of Lightning Ramone and Acer, who I will be reviewing here very soon. Acer will be reviewed within the next couple days. Lightning Ramone will be within the next couple weeks. Let's dive in here, guys. Man, it's been a while since we've seen that nice little yellow circle up there that says new, right? That's very refreshing, very good to see it back. And yeah, the color is a lot brighter on the diecast than it shows here on the artwork, being a little bit more of a darker blue. And also based on kind of the eyelids and on the diecast, you would think this is a female character, but Jonathan is typically a male name. Like I said, I don't really care all that much, but I know a lot of people out there, it matters to them, so I wanted to shout that out, and I'll leave you guys up to, speculate. Did Mattel screw that up? Did Disney Pixar screw that up? I don't know. On the back here, you see some other Cars on the Road characters. Margaret Motorray, Barney Cones, Logan Gearsall, and Cryptid McQueen all debuted in the first case of the year, Case N. Cave Mater came in the second, Case P. And Tony Motorfeld came in this, Case R, so the 4th case of the year that I haven't unboxed yet, but will soon. I actually have it right below me here. So all of them are out. Jonathan is the last of this squad to be released. And yeah, pretty much will do it for Cars on the Road this year. Don't expect a whole lot more from On the Road, unfortunately. For whatever reason, Mattel is kind of pivoting away from it and going forward with some new expanded universe stuff and a lot of Cars 1 re-releases. All right, let's get into it by unboxing him or her. This case S, is hitting Target stores in the US, but be patient with it. It's probably going to take a while before it fully makes its way throughout the country. A lot of the people who are finding it are in California, which is typically the spot that gets everything new in first. And also, we have competition. Case Q is coming out right now, albeit, hopefully not too many more restocks on that case, but we are going to be getting Case R and Case S all kind of at the same time here. So you really got to put your hunting hats on and go out there and try and find this one. But yeah, probably give it a little bit more. Like, I don't expect to find this case for another 2 weeks or so here in the Midwest. But there is Jonathan in Cars on the Road. This is Bella Cadavre's primary assistant. You have Jessica Carville, the Pity there that they've released, and you have Lance the writer. But Jonathan Gearson is the one that's always by the side of Bella and definitely has the aura about themselves that they are kind of second in command. So very nice that Mattel has released this one, in my opinion. I think, along with some of those other characters like Wraithrod, who are some other characters that have speaking lines in Cars on the Road that haven't been released yet? I'm trying to go through all the episodes, but yeah, Clutch Humboldt is definitely one. Yeah, Wraithrod, maybe the receptionist from the Lights Out episode. Yeah, so this was one that they needed to check off the list for sure. I feel like I'm forgetting a pretty significant one. Barring any deluxe characters that we probably won't ever get as it is. We're going to just kind of review Jonathan right now, solo dolo, and then we're going to bring in Scott Motors for the comparison. But I can already see actually quite a few differences. Yeah, this is a pretty standard BMW sedan. I feel like I see a lot of these driving around. Seems like a little bit of an older model, but that's cool. But yeah, I love the expression there. And yeah, definitely a little bit more characteristic of a female character with the heavy black eyeliner there. But hey, whatever. You have the BMW logo there on the hood, looking nice and crispy. You could definitely make out what that is. It's so iconic. You have the grille there, lights, a little smile. Some big silver wheels here. They look really good. Not the crap that Mattel gives us with the next-gen wheels. And obviously you have the little earpiece here. Connects in through the interior piece and comes around, connects into the metal body there. Really nice, kind of subtle. It's one of the smaller headset earpieces that you'll see. Some of the crew chiefs have those monstrous ones with the big earmuffs. And then, Acer was released with kind of a smaller earpiece like this. And yeah, coincidentally, Acer is in this case with Jonathan. I find that kind of funny because Acer is probably the best comparison in terms of an earpiece car like this. The one where he was released with the camera. Yeah, Acer with camera? No. Acer with headset. Was it? What? Oh, whatever. Acer was released with the earpiece. At some point, I don't remember, because I know it wasn't called Acer with headset or Acer with earpiece, though. I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments below. Yeah, a nice little gray trim here along the windows and on the doorknobs there, although a little bit grainy on the trim here of the windows. The side view mirrors are a part of the main metal body, and they are thick, whereas Scott Motors, I know those are plastic side view mirrors. Getting to the back here, you have another BMW logo and then the specific model that this is, a 3301 or whatever. 419NV. I can't read the text above it. It's so blurry. As a whole, this license plate's pretty ugly. The plate, the frame around it, extremely blurry. You can kind of see it in the taillights there. Again, it's what are we doing here? Can we figure this out? I understand it's a very small decal. It's hard to get crystal clear, but yeah, it just looks like static on an old television at that point. But it gets the job done. At least the text, the 419 there, NV, is very visible. I don't know what that would signify. April 19th, NV, is that initials for someone? Who knows? The windows on these are very strange. They are super opaque, blocking in everything. I actually have a prototype of Jonathan here that will directly contrast that. That'll be interesting to see. And then here's the side of her or him, whatever, that does not have the earpiece, so it's completely unadulterated. Little exhaust pipes in the back here. That's a cool touch. And the base T50A means she was produced during the 50th week of 2024 at the A factory, so we're almost in to 2025 production, just 2 weeks away. So probably the next case with Graham and Jodon Jackson, all of them will feature cars in 2025 production. Made in Thailand, obviously. HTX93 is the product code. Yeah, really nice. Really nice. I think they did a solid job. The license plate's just a little ugly. Now let's compare Jonathan to Scott Motors here, who actually featured in the Forlorn Favorite series a couple years ago, because I think it's a phenomenal release, Scott is, and just doesn't get the attention he deserves. I mean, the only active, current, and forever BMW in the Cars universe until Jonathan showed up, or the Diecast universe, I should say. So while they share very similar shapes, you can see Scott has those 2 dashes, those lines on his hood that already differentiate him. He's a little bit bulkier all around. You could look around the fenders here, around the tires. The grills are slightly different shapes. The wheels are quite a bit different as well. I think they're the same idea, but Thailand had a slightly different take, and yeah, they're a little wider coming from Thailand there. Jonathan has this light down behind the tires, that orange light there that Scott doesn't have. But yeah, you can see these are plastic pieces. The doorknobs are not painted, so that's a plus for Jonathan there. Both do have the little nub on the roof. Similar here in the back. Much better of a license plate for Scott. Much cleaner of a BMW logo as well. That's actually a major difference. Yeah, look at how crisp that BMW logo is, considering how small it is compared to on Jonathan. You also see here, this is a 325i model, so this is a 330 model, so it's 5 more. I would assume that means it's slightly newer than Scott, and yeah, that makes sense. It's pretty cool that they actually changed that detail up, and I'm sure BMW would have been upset, like if they mishandled something like that, if they put an older model number on an actual newer model, misrepresenting the brand and the company. So yeah, I think that would be a major no-go for BMW, and yeah, Mattel made sure to get that right, because these are definitely different models, although they're similar, which makes sense. 325 versus 330, slightly newer. Let's see when this guy was made. On the 78th day of 2015. That makes sense, because this guy was released in like July. And you know what's also coincidental is that he was released in the case with Mater with Sign. So they were case mates. They were pals for the first, I think, right? I think it was Manny Rodriguez, Scott Motors, and Mater with Sign. I think that's how it went. Either way, though, coincidental in the sense that Mater with Sign is resurfaced now, being released in back-to-back years. I'm kind of grasping at straws. The cooler comparison, I think, is Acer, though, because it's like, well, what other cars have been released as diecast with earpieces like that? Acer. Pretty much just Acer, yeah. And yeah, Acer is also in the case here, so I find that kind of cool. You know what? Let me go get that Acer, because I really want to cement my point. Okay, it's all coming back to me now. Acer was released as Acer with headset. It was in the same case as Carlo Veloso with Flames, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the memory's coming back heavily right now. And yeah, that was a new nice release there. And yeah, here you go. 11 years later, Acer getting his first release from Thailand in a case with a character with another earpiece / headset. But just one side, you got the mic there. It's different, but yeah, I mean, it's way more subtle even than Acer's. But yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. Wanted to show you guys that little connection I found there. All right, so we compared him / her to Scott Motors. Now let's bring in the prototype. I actually just got this today, so that is why the review is coming out today. I originally planned it for a day sooner, but hey, this is too great of an opportunity to pass up on to show a prototype in this brand new cars review. Just the timing is out of this world. And yeah, prototype came from phenomenal seller that I will link in the description below to his eBay store if you want to check out what else he's got. Big prototype guy. So bare metal prototype with a couple colored pieces here, being the headset in bright red and the base is in kind of like a peach color. There's absolutely no text on the base. And yes, like I was saying, the windows are completely transparent here. So I found that pretty strange comparing it to how the windows are painted over with this opaque gray and the black trim on the final product here. It's a very stark difference. Yeah, this has automatically become one of my favorite new prototypes in the collection. They have completely different wheels there as well. And although I do usually prefer ones with more color to them, this bare metal one's pretty unique, and I love the bright red headset there. Excuse me. So yeah. Basically, you got a prototype prestige episode baked into just a regular review. How awesome is that? All right, guys, that is all I have for you. Let's actually take a look at how everyone looks together. You got Bella Cadavre, Jessica, and Mr. Jonathan, Mrs. Jonathan look phenomenal together because they three appear together in the episode a couple times. So I'll toss a little image of that there on the screen. Hopefully I remember to do that. And yes, guys, what the hell, Mr. Docket? My mind is all over the place lately. I got so much going on, but yeah, having a blast with these new cases that have been coming out, revitalizing some of that early year January dread where it's like, ugh, distribution's not good right now. Nothing's coming out. There aren't any new releases, even if the cases were coming out. But hey, the tides are turning. We have some really awesome stuff to review. Some good variants. Candy coming up here. Case R I'll be unboxing. We have a case reveal soon. It's going to be great, guys. Thank you as always for watching. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you soon for another video. Bye now.